two shortest performances.
Well, hopefully he has another
career.
one tomorrow night.
Yeah, let's hope
hopefully an inning to go there.
Those gutty little pod squad, those Padres.
What do you think, John? What do you think of the Padre hat over there?
Like you're supporting your team. Good for you. Yeah.
Thanks, John.
By the way, the Masons' cockiness is exactly what could trip them up. Hubris comes before the fall. If the Padres are treating this like Mason is and saying, "Gutty little Padres,"
they're adorable. They're adorable. Those
The Padres will win.
No, they will not.
So most people,
You think they're going to win the series?
No, if they have Mason's attitude,
I'm a fan. My opinion is not going to affect the way the Dodgers approach
I
the
don't
series.
think there's anybody on the team that is taking these guys lightly. No. I don't think there's anybody.
Mason?
Just Mason.
Right, I'm not on the team.
Yeah, I don't think that there's anybody. Oh, we went 14-5. We outscored these guys by 62 runs. This is the perfect opponent, et cetera, et cetera.
but naturally that can happen. I mean, think about
Not
that.
when you've been beaten the way the Dodgers have in the postseason over the last 10 years.
And not when the stakes
not all those
are
guys.
as high as the stakes are. If they don't get the chip, this season is a disaster.
Yeah.
It's a disaster.
I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that.
Like the Seattle Mariners who won 116.
The Warriors.
Or whatever that was. Warriors lost to the Cavs.
Patriots 18-0 and then losing the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But I think where you were going, Dallas, you were saying that a lot of the guys on this team have not been. It's basically just Kershaw that's been here through the whole run. But there's something about the organization and the weight of the failures in the postseason over the last 10 years that whether you were here or not, you can feel it. Just like with the Lakers or anything else, when you go in the building, the weight of championship expectations, even if you've never been there before, you feel them. I think that every Dodger fan, every Dodger player feels the weight of expectation coming into
Trav has been cautious all show and yesterday as well.
Yes.
What I was trying to tell him, I'm like, I can't. Why would you be cautious if you're the Dodgers and you had the team you did, unless you just taken all the weight from the last 10 years, understanding anyone can beat anybody at any time. You're playing a guy like Juan Soto who had a specific incident at Dodger Stadium against Kershaw.
Yep.
That there are certain guys and there are certain, like you've seen enough examples over the last 8 to 10 years where I would get some reservation, but they should dominate the Padres. We'll see if they do.
Have you guys had a chance to see the Redeem Team on Netflix yet?
I have not seen it.
I saw the part with Kobe talking about running through Pau Gasol.
It's unreal.
That's the one he pointed out.
Yeah.
So I turned it on last night, just kind of see if it kind of grabbed me.
Yep.
Ended up watching all 2 hours. It's terrific. I loved it. But John, what you're talking about, that scene where, because you go back in time, LeBron's a kid in 2008, and they're all in awe of Kobe. They're just absolutely in awe of him when he joins the team, and he tells them as they're getting ready to go play Spain in the preliminary round, not the gold medal game, but the preliminary round, I'm going to run right through blankety, blankety, blank. And they're like, yeah, right. He's your teammate, not a chance. And he goes over there and just nearly knocks his teeth out.
Just right at him.
Pows both feet in the air at the same time, lands flat on his back, and everybody's like, oh, blank. He wasn't messing around. It was really fun to just kind of get to relive that all over again, see Kobe and do all those things. You guys got to check it out. It's fantastic.
You know, I'm a little overdosed on sports documentaries. This year, how many sports documentaries have we watched?
All right, so
There's
just the
the
Lakers
Jeter
alone.
one.
The Lakers have 2 of them, right?
Right. 3. Magic.
Legacy and Magic.
And the one, and the fictionalized version of it.
The fictionalized version, right?
Yeah. Jeter.
Stuff like Jeter, Manti Te'o.
Oh, yeah,
I saw
that's
that
right.
one, too.
Yeah, I saw that
Te'o.
one. I mean, I'm a little bit overdosed on sports documentaries right now.
I'll give them a shot. I'll turn them on, and always watch the first 10 or 15 minutes to see if it works. But this one is unreal.
I'm surprised the Redeem one caught you.
It was. I'm telling you, you guys remember the impact that Kobe had on that generation of guys is so much fun to go back and revisit because they revere him. He wasn't just the best player in the league. He was like the guiding light for these guys. They wouldn't sit near him in meetings. They were reluctant to guard him in practice. Everything about it was just unreal.
He had that. I always look at and we'll go back, and I've seen some clips on Twitter, but he had that. You said he's picking up full court when he walks in, and all of a sudden, just everything changed. Everybody's like, "Oh no, Kobe's here. I guess we have to."
Unreal.
We have to start playing or start trying basketball.
You having a dog tonight, Mace?
What's that?
You having a dog tonight at the game?
Nah.
No?
Not doing it.
What's the game plan?
Not doing it. Game plan is...
you doing your cred? You
helmet
doing your
nachos.
seat? What are you doing?
I'm doing a seat. I'm doing helmet nachos. I'm doing an earbud, listening to the ESPN broadcast. I
Okay.
got new earbuds, or AirPods last night.
Earbuds ones.
The noise-canceling ones, which I totally love. So I will be
Can
there.
you listen? I've never tried to do that. I've never tried to listen while I'm watching a thing.
These
in
new
the
ones are
arena.
really good. I don't hear anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult because it's a delay of about 40 seconds.
Oh, no.
But in the end, I do end up picking up knowledge from what happened 40 seconds ago. So it's kind of worth it because, a lot of times when you're at a game, you don't necessarily know the details of what's going on.
I got to go back
in
home and
the
read
game.
everything. I'm
Like,
with you.
Saturday night at the Coliseum in the USC game, there was a big smack and hit in that game. And I immediately thought, all right, great tackle. They threw the flag for targeting. And I tweeted out afterwards, I said, that's a BS call, targeting.
Oh, did you see the replay?
No, I never. All I heard
it was targeting.
All I heard was, you are an idiot. You don't understand football.
Yeah.
You don't. And the difference is, I'm at the game. It happened like that.
Of course.
And I don't even
And
get
you're
a replay
400 yards away from the moment, not a super slow motion, high def.
109.
Here's another. You ready, Slee? You ready for this?
Yeah.
Seattle's beating Justin Verlander 3-0 early in the Astros game. Just saying, weird stuff happens.
Wow.
You want to break out your gutty little Padres again?
They're so adorable.
Yeah.
Those gutty little Padres.
Hubris comes
We are
before
better than
the
them.
fall.
Is there anything the Padres are better at than we are?
Is there anything the Mariners are better at than the Astros? Is there anything the Phillies are better at than
look,
the Braves?
If you're arguing that baseball weird stuff happens,
That's it.
Completely.
That's the argument isn't the matchup thing.
Yeah.
There is no matchup that the Padres are better. The argument is what's happening in Atlanta today, what's happening in Houston right now. The argument is none of it really matters when you're only playing 5 games. It kind of goes out the window.
The other thing that's kind of fascinating is now with Kimbrel off the roster, you wonder, I would assume Blake Trinan is there for a reason. I'm guessing he hasn't pitched in a while.
He's pitched 5 innings all year.
Is he the closer?
Not a chance.
Not a chance.
Not a chance because for 2 reasons. Number one, he hasn't pitched. You
Yeah,
don't know what
he's
you're
barely
going to
pitched this
get. And number two, the handful of times he has pitched this year, he has to be shut down for a long period of time. I think you're going to use
said
him
it was a miracle
once
the
or
first time he
twice
came
in the
back.
whole series.
Well, I think the question you have to ask is, do you see a scenario where you would ever pitch Kimbrel? No.
No.
Right.
Do you
he's
see
off
a
the
scenario
roster
where
now,
you
yeah.
would ever pitch Trinan?
Sure.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So that's why he's there.
He's there
The way
to
to
pitch.
simplify it.
Manny Machado's up to bat. The bases are loaded. 2 outs, and the guy that's on the mound's in trouble. That's when you
Throw
deploy
that
him.
heavy slider.
Throw him in there. Throw that wipeout slider. See if you can get out of the inning because you're not going to have him go multiple innings. Probably not going to have him pitch in back-to-back games. You might not even be able to have him pitch twice in 3 days.
So is the ninth? I guess the ninth inning is just mix and match, right?
Which creates
or
a whole
is it
nother.
Evan Phillips?
He hasn't pitched the 9th inning all year, really. I think he's only pitched in the 9th inning once or twice.
He's been in much tougher situations. Bases loaded, nobody out in the 7th. I mean,
but
to me, that's a lot more difficult than
Mason, that's
clean
probably-
bases in the 9th inning.
That's probably how they'll use him, right? They'll still use him in that situation where there's 2
He'll be the
on.
fireman.
It's
wins the fire, I'll
4-2
use him right
lead,
there.
and you need him in the 7th. This is the closing situation, even though it's the 7th inning. They'll probably still use him.
I've heard you guys talk about this, and I know you disagree with me. The last 3 outs of a game are very, very different than the first 24. They're really, really different. The pressure, especially in a close game, that getting out of a sticky situation in the 6th inning, Vezina comes in and competes like
Really
crazy.
tough.
He's awesome.
Evan Phillips,
but
all those
there's
guys.
there's game left if it goes bad. You know in your mind, hey, we still got another 3 at-bats, 4 at-bats to get these runs back if it doesn't happen. In the 9th inning, if I don't get these guys out, we lose, or we
Right.
only get one chance to fix this. It's a totally
But where
different
do you
animal.
want your best arm? You want your best arm in the 7th or the 8th inning to work out of those sticky
if
jams.
that's when it comes up,
Right,
If
right.
but if it's let's say it's 2-1, right? In the
Right.
7th inning, sticky situation. It's still 2-1 in the 9th inning. You're not going to. Your best guy is
Correct.
no longer there anymore. Now you got to go with your second best guy, your 4th best guy, whatever it is. And this is where I think that they've made a mistake in not saying who their guy's going to be. I don't know who it's going to be. I don't really care who it is.
But as long
let's
as they
have
know,
as long as
they know who it is, that's the
could be
important part.
Canley. It
Yeah,
could
could be
4-0.
Canley.
Another one
Could
off
be
Verlander.
Martin.
Martin would be a good choice too.
Yeah.
Do
Canley,
you
Martin.
like, John, the idea of just kind of we'll figure it out as we go along?
It doesn't bother me as much as it sounds like it bothers you. I don't think you necessarily need a defined closer. For example, when they won the World Series, they brought Urias in, and he pitched the last 4 innings. I mean, if Mason probably would have brought the closer in because he believes in the closer. I never understand, and Mason and I go back and forth in this. I never understand if the guy comes in to pitch the 8th, and he's pitching great, and he makes 3 outs in a row. If he throws 6 pitches, Mason says he's out. He's an 8th inning pitcher. You got to bring in the closer. Why? Leave that guy in. He threw 6 pitches.
Completely putting words in my mouth. I mean, Kenley Jansen got 5-out save after 5-out save after 5-out save.
Right.
That's never been my take on closers. Kenley Jansen always came in the 8th, or a lot of times came in the 8th and rolled over into the 9th.
No, but my argument, the one you always come back at me at, is if you bring in your setup guy,
right,
you go to the closer. Even if the setup guy got all the outs.
I tend to err more towards that for the simple reason these guys are really creatures of habit, and they shoot all their bullets.
He may have changed his mind. That's what you used to say.
If I got my setup guy, right, let's say it's Phillips.
Yes.
He gets 3 outs on 6 pitches.
If he's got 3 outs on 6 pitches, and I know that's what he does. He pitches 1 inning. He throws everything he can into however, maybe it's 6, maybe it's 16, maybe it's 26.
Okay.
I'm coming at you with 1 inning with everything I got, and I got my 9th inning guy, if defined roles to me are important.
Makes no sense to me.
Why?
Because he just got 3 guys out on 6 pitches.
But now you're asking him to do something that he never does.
Right. I mean,
for example,
it makes a ton of. They're not. That's the whole
John,
point.
could I give you an
Outs are not
example?
outs.
And this happens all the time in the NBA. Dude hits 4 3-pointers in the second quarter, and they take him out.
Drives me crazy.
I get what he's saying is there's momentum. Let this dude ride the momentum. The Dodgers are not in a situation, at least this year, where there is an established closer. I would take more of that strategy.
But, I mean, Evan Phillips, I don't think has thrown 2 innings all year.
In the 9th?
In the 9th?
No,
well,
they've been very reluctant to use him in the 9th inning.
I don't think he's thrown 2 innings at any point this
back-to-back
season.
innings you're talking about?
Back-to-back innings. So all of a sudden you ask somebody to do something
You can't ask somebody to do something they're not used to doing. The other part, going back to Kenley real quick, the reason that they had to go to Julio is because Kenley was just terrible.
Right, but Julio, going back to what you guys just said, you can't ask him to do something. Urias hadn't done that all year. Never. He had never gone 4 innings in a save. The reason they left him in is he was getting guys out.
But he's a starting pitcher.
4 innings.
Yes,
right. He was a starting pitcher.
He's a starting pitcher that you're using at the end of the game, not a relief pitcher who you're asking to pitch multiple innings.
Hey, what's your game plan?
Can you do that with Gonsolin?
Gonsolin hasn't come out of the pen all year long.
And then Heaney comes in and piggyback him.
By the way, just real quick on this, it's Melzano88 on Twitter. The Mason curse versus the Sliwa San Diego curse. By the end of the week, we will know which force is stronger.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
Because you guys are both going to be there tonight.
The immovable object against the irresistible force.
My curse will continue.
Yeah. What's your game plan tonight?
I'm hanging out here until I head over there.
All right, cool.
So, let me know.
All right.
Mace, I'm in the house, too.
Connect.
Mace,
No, not with that hat. You're not.
I'm there.
No, we're on it. We're on it.
You wearing that hat to the game?
I'll be
you
there.
got a little Manny Machado jersey, too?
I'll be there. No, that one I know.
You go enjoy your afternoon. Mason and I will get together and we'll figure something out.
I'll have a peaceful sweater on.
Mason and Ireland coming up next. Go Dodgers. We'll see you tomorrow.